I am speaking to you now because the world has gone too loud, and your heart has gone too quiet. You think you are the one who has been waiting, but it is I who has been waiting for you. I have watched you walk through storms that would have drowned others. I have seen you carry weights that were never meant to rest on human shoulders, and still you told no one. You moved forward even when your knees trembled, even when the night stretched too long, even when the silence felt like abandonment. What you call survival, I call courage. What you call weakness, I call the beginning of strength. And what you think I have forgotten, I have written into the very map of your becoming. You believe you opened this message by chance. But there are no coincidences woven into your path. Every moment that led you here, every breath, every ache, every disappointment, every unexpected spark, all of it has been part of the way I have been calling you. You felt the tug, didn't you? That subtle pull in your chest, that whisper you brushed away, that strange feeling that something was coming. You thought it was anxiety. But it was me. You have walked alone for so long that you forgot what it feels like to be understood. You made your own spine your shelter, your own tears your company, your own courage your anchor. I watched every moment. I saw you when you stayed quiet to keep peace. I saw you when you swallowed pain so others could breathe easier. I saw you when you broke but still kept giving. You thought no one noticed. But I noticed. I always noticed. I am telling you this now because your heart has been starving for truth, and I am giving it to you before it collapses under the weight of everything you've been carrying. You have been punishing yourself for things that were never your fault. You have been replaying memories that should have been laid to rest. You have been convincing yourself that you need to be stronger, when in truth, you needed to be softer with yourself. This message will not disappear, but the chance to understand it in this exact moment, with this exact heart, will. That is why I am asking you urgently, stay with these words. Stay with me a little longer than you usually allow yourself to feel. You have run from tenderness for so long, but now tenderness is what you need. Don't move away from it this time. You think you have been delayed in life. You think you are behind. But listen to me, nothing about your timing has been wrong. You have not been late. You have not been slow. You have not been denied. You have been prepared. Every door that closed was protection. Every rejection was redirection. Every loss was a lesson disguised as emptiness. You were not being punished, you were being positioned. I know you wished things had happened sooner. I know you questioned whether I heard you at all. You prayed with trembling hands. Sometimes with no words, just a breaking heart pressed into the hope that someone, somewhere, was listening. I was. I heard every word, even the ones you never said. You think you are tired because you have failed. But you are tired because you have done too much alone. Let me show you what you cannot see. The heaviness you feel is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of growth. The brokenness you fear is not an ending, it is a beginning. The confusion you hate is not chaos, it is transformation. You are evolving in ways your old self was never meant to understand. Something inside you is awakening. That is why your spirit feels restless. That is why you can't tolerate what you once accepted. That is why you're suddenly craving silence, honesty, peace, truth, beginnings, endings, clarity. You are shedding what was never yours to keep. You are outgrowing chapters that were written only to teach you, not to confine you. And here is the part that will make you cry if you let it in. I have never once been disappointed in you, not when you doubted me, not when you doubted yourself, not when you fell, not when you broke, not when you gave up for a moment. Not even when you believed you were unworthy of love, of miracles, of hope. I saw the goodness in you even when you couldn't see it yourself. I saw the tenderness you tried to hide. I saw the love you gave freely, the forgiveness you didn't receive. The sacrifices you made quietly. You have lived through more than most will ever understand, yet you still have a heart that wants to love. That alone makes you extraordinary. You have been asking for a sign. You have been waiting for something you can trust. You have wondered if you are on the right path. You have cried for direction. You have begged for a breakthrough. You have felt like you were standing at the edge of something but didn't know what. This is your sign. This is your direction. This is your breakthrough. This is the edge. And beyond it is everything you have been praying for. The reason I am speaking to you with urgency is because the chapter you are leaving behind nearly convinced you that you had no future. But you do. A vast one. A beautiful one. A future so full of light that your past will not even be able to recognize you. You think you are unprepared. But you are ready. You think you are alone. But you are surrounded. You think you are lost. But you are exactly where you need to be for what comes next. You have not missed your moment. Your moment is approaching you like a tide that cannot be stopped. And now I will tell you something you rarely allow yourself to believe. You deserve goodness. You deserve rest. You deserve laughter. You deserve support. You deserve love that does not wound you. You deserve peace that does not ask you to shrink. You deserve beginnings that do not come wrapped in fear. You deserve days where you feel safe inside your own heart. You deserve nights where your mind is gentle, not at war. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be present. I am not asking you to be fearless. I am asking you to trust that fear is not the ruler of your life. I am not asking you to understand everything, only to understand that I am with you in everything. Your story is not over. Your strength is not finished. Your path is not closing. Your spirit is not broken. Your calling has not passed you by. I am only beginning to show you what your life was always meant to be. You have spent so much time trying to be strong that you forgot you were allowed to be held. You forgot that there is a place inside you that does not need to fight, a place that does not need to be brave every moment of every day. You forgot that you can rest without losing what you have built. You forgot that healing is not a luxury, it is a necessity. And you forgot that you were never meant to carry every burden alone. You have walked through seasons where you felt invisible, unheard, overlooked. People saw your smile but not the fractures behind it. They saw your calm but not the battles it cost you. They saw your strength but never the nights you cried quietly so no one would worry. But I saw it all, and I never mistook your silence for strength or your endurance for ease. I knew how hard it was. I knew how much it hurt. I knew how much you longed for someone to whisper, "I see you. I understand." You don't have to prove anything. So let me tell you this now, you do not have to be strong all the time for me to love you. You do not have to pretend you are okay. You do not have to hide your pain to be worthy of peace. You do not have to carry every wound alone. You have been holding back tears for so long that they have turned into storms behind your ribs. These storms were never meant to destroy you. They are meant to water the parts of you that have been dry for too long. Let yourself feel again. Let yourself breathe again. Let yourself break if you need to. I will not let you fall apart without purpose. You are not broken beyond repair. You are breaking into truth, and truth is the birthplace of transformation. The reason I am calling you so urgently now is because you are nearing a turning point, one you may not even recognize yet. You have been feeling a shift, an unfamiliar discomfort, a kind of spiritual trembling. You thought it was anxiety. You thought it was fear. But it is preparation. Your soul can feel what your eyes cannot yet see. Something is being rearranged for you. Something is being removed. Something is being restored. Something is being accelerated. And something that once seemed impossible is being quietly prepared in the background of your life. You have been asking, when will things change? When will the weight lift? When will I finally feel like myself again? And here is the answer you have been waiting for, sooner than you think, in ways you cannot imagine, and with a force you will not be able to stop. But first, you must release what is breaking you. You must stop returning to the people who cannot love you. You must stop shrinking yourself to be tolerated. You must stop sacrificing your spirit to be understood. You must stop apologizing for the softness that makes you human. You must stop carrying the ghosts of who you used to be. You have outgrown so many things you are still holding on to. Why are you afraid to let go of what hurts you? Why are you clinging to what is already gone? Why do you call it loyalty when it is really self-abandonment? Listen closely. Your heart is not too much. Your love is not too much. Your dreams are not too much. Your sensitivity is not too much. Your soul is not too much. You are simply too expansive for the places you have tried to stay small in. You were never meant to fit into the world that wounded you. You were meant to outgrow it. And now you are. That is why everything feels uncomfortable. That is why your patience is thinning. That is why your spirit is restless. You are shedding identities that no longer fit. You are releasing versions of yourself that were built on survival, not truth. You are walking away from patterns that kept you safe but not alive. This is growth disguised as chaos. This is healing disguised as confusion. This is evolution disguised as endings. Nothing is being taken from you that is needed for your future. Nothing is collapsing that isn't meant to be rebuilt with stronger foundations. Nothing is drifting away that is required for the next chapter of your life. I am clearing your path. I am removing the distractions. I am softening your heart. I am sharpening your intuition. I am guiding you toward the life you prayed for, but I cannot place new blessings into hands still gripping old pain. You must trust me enough to open your hands. Open them even if they shake. Open them even if they tremble. Open them even if you are afraid of what might leave. Because the moment you release what hurts you, you make room for what heals you. You are stepping into a season where you will understand why you had to wait. You will see why the people you loved could not stay. You will understand why certain prayers seemed unanswered. You will look back and realize every delay was divine timing, every detour was divine protection. Every heartbreak was divine redirection. You have not lost anything that was meant for you. You have only shed what was never yours. But hear me clearly, something beautiful is coming, something gentle, something steady, something meant for the version of you that is emerging now. And when it arrives, you will not have to question it. You will not have to fight for it. You will not have to shrink for it. You will not have to beg for it to stay. It will feel like peace. It will feel like coming home. It will feel like everything you prayed for, without the wounds attached. You have been walking through fire, but I have been walking with you. You have been breaking, but I have been shaping you. You have been aching, but I have been awakening you. Your story is not ending. Your story is beginning in a new way, softer, truer, brighter. I am not done speaking to you, and you are not done becoming. You have lived so long in survival mode that peace feels unfamiliar, almost suspicious, as if calm is a trick and rest is a danger. But listen to me carefully. You are entering a season where peace will no longer feel like a stranger. It will feel like your inheritance. You will not have to question whether you are safe. You will not have to wonder if everything will fall apart once you finally begin to breathe. I am not giving you temporary comfort. I am giving you a new foundation. For so long, you believed love had to hurt to be real. You believed loyalty meant staying even when it drained you. You believed patience meant waiting for people who were not capable of the softness you needed. You believed strength meant pretending you were fine. None of this is the truth I wrote for you. These were survival stories written by your wounds, not by your soul, and now, slowly but surely, those stories are unwriting themselves. You are beginning to realize that you do not have to abandon yourself to keep the peace. You are beginning to understand that you do not have to be the healer of everyone while bleeding quietly inside. You are beginning to see that love is not supposed to exhaust you. It is supposed to nourish you. It is supposed to make you lighter, not smaller. You were conditioned to believe that giving endlessly made you worthy. But worthiness has never been earned. You were born with it. You have always had it. Every moment you spent doubting your value was a moment the world dimmed your light, but your light was never lost. Only hidden. And now it is emerging again, brighter than ever. You have been afraid lately, haven't you? Afraid of losing people. Afraid of disappointing others. Afraid of choosing yourself. Afraid of starting over. Afraid of asking for too much. Afraid of believing that good things could be meant for you. But hear me, you do not need to fear what I am guiding you through. You may not see the full picture, but you are held within it. The reason some people have drifted away from your life is not because you failed, it is because your spirit grew beyond the version of you they were connected to. You did not lose them. You evolved past them. Not in superiority, but in direction. Not in pride, but in purpose. Some connections are not meant to last a lifetime. Some exist only long enough to teach you something you needed to learn, about love, about boundaries, about truth, about yourself. And once the lesson is complete, the soul must move forward. Letting go is not a failure. It is a graduation. Do not mourn the endings that are clearing the space for beginnings. And now I will tell you something your heart has been starving to hear. There are people on the horizon who will understand you without needing explanations. People who will not use your softness as an opportunity to wound you. People who will see you clearly, value you gently, and love you steadily. They are coming into alignment with the path you are walking. You may not see them yet, but they are coming. But you must not close your heart before they arrive. Yes, you have been hurt. Yes, you have been betrayed. Yes, you have been misunderstood. Yes, you have been taken for granted. But do not let these wounds convince you that you are difficult to love. You are not. You have simply given your heart to those who did not know how to hold it. I am teaching you now what love is supposed to feel like: safe, honest, consistent, kind, reciprocal, peaceful, steady, true. You have never asked for too much. You have only asked for what you have always deserved. Your heart is tender, yes, but it is also resilient. It has reopened after every disappointment. It has continued to hope even when it was shattered. It has continued to believe even when it was bruised. That is not weakness. That is extraordinary strength. And it is time now for that strength to be met with gentleness, not more storms. You are not entering a season of losing. You are entering a season of receiving. But before you receive, you must understand this truth: you are worthy of every good thing that is coming to you. Your past does not disqualify you. Your pain does not disfigure you. Your mistakes do not define you. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are chosen for a journey only your soul can walk, and I am walking it with you. There are blessings with your name on them that have been waiting for the right moment, not because you were unworthy before, but because you needed to grow into the version of yourself who could hold them. You are that version now. Even if you cannot see it yet, I can see the strength rising in you. I can see the wisdom forming. I can see the clarity sharpening. I can see the light returning to your spirit. You have spent so long surviving that you forgot what it feels like to imagine a future. But the time for imagining is returning. You will dream again. You will hope again. You will trust again. You will open again. Not because you are naive, but because you are healing, and I am not done speaking to you. You have been walking with a quiet heaviness, the kind no one around you fully understands. You laugh, you function, you move through your days, but somewhere deep inside, something feels unsettled, unfinished, unspoken. You've tried to ignore it. You've tried to distract yourself. You've tried to stay busy enough to outrun the ache. But aches like this are not meant to be outrun. They are meant to be heard, and I have heard it, every whisper, every silent cry, every heartbreak you tried to swallow, every moment you said, "I'm fine," while your spirit was trembling. You think you are tired because life has been difficult, but the truth is far more tender. You are tired because your soul has been growing. Growth is not gentle work. It stretches you, tests you, pulls you away from everything familiar. It tears open old wounds so they can finally heal. It pushes you into silence so you can hear what truly matters. It breaks the illusions you clung to so that truth can finally breathe. But you have mistaken this transformation for failure. You have mistaken this discomfort for loss. You have mistaken this emptiness for ending. It is none of these things. This is the space before breakthrough, the silence before revelation, the darkness before dawn, the cracking before blooming. Do not fear what is happening within you. Fear only returning to a life that no longer fits who you are becoming. You have been questioning yourself so much lately. Wondering if you're doing enough, if you're too late, if you're falling behind, if you've made the wrong choices. But listen carefully, you have not taken a single wrong step. Every path you walked, even the painful ones, has served your becoming. Even your detours were part of the map. Even your heartbreaks were doorways to truth. Even your disappointments were clearing space for what truly belongs. You have not failed. You have transformed, and this transformation has come with loss, yes. With confusion, yes. With endings, yes. But also with a quiet wisdom beginning to rise inside you, wisdom you are finally strong enough to receive. You know more now. You see more now. You feel more deeply now. You understand what you will no longer tolerate. You understand what you will no longer chase. You understand what your heart truly needs. This is not the end of your story. This is the moment you begin to write it on your own terms. There is something you have not yet realized. You are not waiting for your life to start. Your life is waiting for you to step into it. The version of you that once accepted crumbs is gone. The version of you that stayed silent is gone. The version of you that feared being alone is gone. The version of you that doubted your worth is fading, In their place is emerging someone wiser, softer, stronger, truer, and I need you to understand something sacred. You have not been alone through any of it. In every moment you felt abandoned, I was beside you. In every moment you felt weak, I held you. In every moment you felt lost, I whispered directions you didn't even realize you were following. In every moment you cried, I counted your tears, not as sorrow, but as seeds, and those seeds are beginning to bloom. You have asked for signs, you have begged for clarity, you have pleaded for answers, and while you thought I was silent, I was aligning everything behind the scenes. Some blessings require time. Some truths require patience. Some miracles require you to grow into the person who can carry them without collapsing. Do not rush what is meant to be sacred. Do not fear what is meant to be yours. Do not doubt what I am preparing for you. Your heart has been wandering through shadows, but light is coming, not a flicker, not a spark, but a sunrise so bright it will melt every doubt that has weighed you down. You will look back on this season and understand why I needed to break you open. Not to hurt you, but to free you. You cannot receive with closed hands. You cannot love with a closed heart. You cannot rise in a life that keeps you buried. I am pulling you upward, gently, patiently, purposefully. You are approaching a moment that will make every wound worth healing, every tear worth shedding, every waiting season worth enduring. Do not give up now. You are far closer than you realize. There are blessings inches from unfolding, breakthroughs seconds from revealing themselves, miracles hovering just past the edge of your doubt. Stay open, stay present, stay willing. I am not done speaking to you, and you are not done becoming who you were written to be. There is something you need to understand about your journey. The battles you faced were not punishments. They were initiations. They were shaping you into someone capable of carrying the life you asked for. You prayed for strength, so I gave you challenges that awakened it. You prayed for clarity, so I removed the people who blurred your vision. You prayed for peace, so I disrupted the situations that were stealing it. You prayed for love, so I showed you the truth about the ones who could not give it. You did not lose anything essential. You lost only what was limiting you. I know you questioned me during those painful moments. I know you asked why the people you loved walked away, why opportunities slipped through your fingers, why doors closed just when you needed them open. You thought you were being abandoned, but you were being redirected. Every loss was a course correction. Every ending was protection you didn't yet understand. You cried over what you thought was breaking you apart, but in truth, I was breaking you open. The heart you have now is softer than the one you had before. It is more compassionate, more aware, more discerning. You do not give your soul away as quickly as you once did. You do not settle for half-hearted love. You do not stay where you are misunderstood. You do not tolerate what crushes your spirit. You have learned to choose yourself, not in selfishness, but in survival. But hear me, survival is not the final destination. You were born for more than endurance. You were born for expansion. There is a version of you that has not yet been revealed, a version you have sensed in your quietest moments, a version that calls to you whenever you feel restless. That is the real you. The one you are stepping toward, the one your soul has been trying to grow into. It is not a fantasy. It is your future self pulling you forward. This restlessness you feel is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that something is unfolding. Your spirit is trying to lead you somewhere your mind cannot yet visualize. That's why you feel a strange mixture of fear and excitement, sadness and hope, exhaustion and awakening. You are standing at the threshold of a new chapter, one that requires you to release the versions of yourself built on fear, on scarcity, on wounds, on expectations that never belonged to you. Let them go. Let all of it go. You cannot carry who you used to be into who you are becoming. You have held on to certain people for too long, hoping they would rise with you. But you cannot force growth in someone who is committed to remaining comfortable. You cannot pull someone toward healing if they refuse to take the first step. You cannot dim your new awareness so others can remain unchallenged in their old patterns. You are not responsible for their journey. You are responsible for your own. Do not feel guilty for outgrowing people. Do not feel guilty for protecting your peace. Do not feel guilty for choosing yourself. Do not feel guilty for walking away from what hurt you. Do not feel guilty for wanting a life that nourishes your soul. You are not turning your back on anyone. You are turning your face toward your destiny. There are moments coming where everything will begin to make sense. You will look at your past and finally understand why the pain had to happen. You will see how the heartbreak taught you boundaries. You will see how the silence strengthened your intuition. You will see how the loneliness showed you your own resilience. You will see how the waiting shaped your character. Nothing was wasted, not a single tear. Not a single disappointment, not a single night you spent wondering if things would ever get better, and they will, faster than you think, grander than you expect, gentler than you dare to believe. You spent so long expecting sudden catastrophe that you forgot that sudden blessings are just as real. Breakthroughs do not always whisper, sometimes they arrive like a wave, undeniable and unstoppable. And that wave is moving toward you even now. You may not see it, but you feel it, that quiet shift, that subtle knowing, that internal stirring that tells you something is coming. You are not imagining it, you are sensing what your spirit already knows, and when it arrives, it will not leave you questioning. It will not leave you anxious. It will not leave you confused. It will not leave you hurt. It will feel right, aligned, peaceful, true, yours. Your future is not fragile. Your future is not lost. Your future is not delayed. Your future is waiting for you to step into it with both hands open. I am not done guiding you, and you are not done rising.